Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Chris coming at you with another update on A44. Where are we at with that? This will be my second update that I've done since our successful Kickstarter, which if you guys are one of the supporters, then thank you so much for making that happen. Kickstarter just recently transferred the funds into our account 2 days ago. So where do we stand and how much are we going to have to work with from the Kickstarter? A very small percentage of those pledges did not go through. Kickstarter takes a certain percentage. They took about $8,000. The project manager takes a certain percentage. And then the other money that we have tied up is for the only physical reward that we have in our Kickstarter, which is our t-shirts. So design, printing, and shipping. So when all is said and done, we're looking at roughly $70,000 out of the $85,000. Now, if you were watching the live streams that I was doing during the Kickstarter, you'll know that the budget is a little bit higher than that. And it was looking pretty scary, but now the gap has closed significantly. I'm very excited about that. We're only looking at about 80,000 left. We've gone to investors that are putting money in. So the movie's gonna happen regardless, but there's a few things that are going to change. And I don't think there's any movie that has gone strictly as it was planned. There's always obstacles, and we've been battling obstacles since we started this. So one of the big things in the update is we are not going to be able to shoot this in October. We're looking at November to December, a little bit after Thanksgiving to a little bit before Christmas time. And the reason for that is basically funding. And the other thing that poses a problem there is we're in upstate New York, and the winters get pretty wintry. I mean, if you Google the snowiest city in the United States, you'll see it's Syracuse. And that can change the vision of the story. And I didn't want anything to do with snow in the movie, but the more I started thinking about it, would that be good or bad? But the other thing is we got some bad information that it was going to be cheaper to film it here in Syracuse, and that turns out to not be the case. It turns out to be way more expensive to shoot it out here. And some of the reasons for that are because the equipment that we have to rent, there's not a big demand for it here, so it's more expensive, whereas out in California, the demand is a dime a dozen. So many people do it that it's a lot cheaper. The other thing is flying all of the crew and the actors out here and putting them up in Airbnbs or hotels is a huge part of the budget. And if we do it out there, that basically doesn't exist. I just go out there. That cuts down the budget significantly. I did not want to film this anywhere other than Syracuse area, upstate New York. But the more I look at the reality of it, the more I have an option. I can say, okay, we can film this, but in order to make budget, we have to film it in California, or I can wait until we get the right budget, and if a miracle investor comes in and invests what we need, then we can by all means do it here in Syracuse. But right now it's looking like if I want a movie, then we're gonna have to film it in California, or I can sit here and wait and may never have a movie because I want to film it here. So I think it's a no-brainer that I want this movie to be made, and I am excited because after coming to terms with maybe we have to film it somewhere else, we started looking at a bunch of locations, and I'm really excited about these locations. And I think with a little bit of movie magic and stuff, and just kind of trading some things on and off of what I was gonna have over here to what I will have over there, I think it's still going to be an amazing movie that we can do, and the budget is going down drastically, enabling us to film it now. And we don't have to worry about seasons out there. We don't have to worry about it snowing out there, so we can get it done then. Whereas if we wanted to do it here in the time of year that I wanted to do it here, we'd have to wait until next year and then film it then. And then the movie won't come out until the following year. So we're looking at 2 years before we can actually sit down and watch the movie. And I don't really want to wait that long. So to recap on that, it looks like we're pushing back to November, and we're going to be shooting it in Los Angeles area. This is not definite, but we are talking about shooting one scene for one day with a key character from the movie out on the East Coast, which would be the Washington, D.C. area. And if that happens, if there's anybody that got the reward on Kickstarter to be in the movie, then maybe that would work for you better than going to California. If that inconveniences anyone, then we apologize, but we still are promising your part in the movie. You just have to get to the location that we'll be filming in. We will give you more updates on that later. Other things that we need to talk about. Okay, so the ebooks. I know a lot of people have been emailing me about the ebooks. So the mistake that I had last Kickstarter with the ebooks is I went through, I copied each person's email address, and then I went from screen to screen, and I copy and I pasted, and I would send it to send out all these ebooks to everybody. And I'm told by my project manager that there's a way easier way to do this. I'm waiting for him to get the time to show me how to make a mass email to everybody that has the ebook. So basically what I'm trying to say is it will be coming to you guys, so don't worry about that. You will be getting your ebook very soon once I can find a way to give you guys the mass email. There's about 500 or 600 of them, so bear with us there. They will be coming soon, as well as the t-shirts. Now that we have the funds in the account, we can get them printed, and then they will start to be shipped out as soon as that happens, however long that's going to take. Also, if there's anybody that missed the Kickstarter and still wants to be part of this as an investor, we have information below to click on that, and you can email myself or Brooklyn to talk about being a potential investor in the movie. As far as our after parties and VIP parties, we are going to try to accommodate everybody, and we're going to do one out in LA, and then we're going to do one out here on the East Coast. I'm not sure if it's going to be here in upstate New York or New York City, or maybe both. I don't know, but we will try to have one on both sides in case you guys bought the pledge for the VIP ticket. I think that covers just about everything I wanted to talk about, although I'm probably missing something, but that's all right. If you guys have any questions, post them below. I will check those out, and then I'll do another video update where I'll do a live video, and we can kind of cover those questions, and you guys can ask any questions that come up, and I will try to answer them to the best of my knowledge. And we'll also have Brooklyn, our co-director, on here to also answer questions that maybe I don't know the answers to. So if you guys have questions, go ahead and ask them. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any other updates. Watch out for zombies, and I'll see you guys soon.